Hello YouTube, how you doing today? Once again, we're back here at the electrical wall. I want to go over something a little bit more complex today. We are going to work on a four-way electrical system. So let's say you've got a really long hallway or just somewhere in your house where you have three spots that you need to turn on a switch. You know, 1, 2, 3. So we know we went over the videos for a basic three-way system. So let's add one in the middle. This is our four-way. So what we're going to do here is we're going to make this box up. This has our feed coming from our outlet. This one has our light coming from up here. There's our traveler, there's our traveler. Now instead of the traveler going from this box to this box, now this traveler goes right here, this traveler goes right here. So really all we did was we just added something in the middle. Let's go ahead and tie this box in and this box in, just like we would the normal three-way system. So, as always, we've got our grounds. And once again, all grounds get tied together. We're going to tie them and put a wire nut and curl them in the back of the box. Now, they're tied. There's our tail. Cut it. Get a nice curl. Wire nut. We're going to curl it up in the back of the box. Done. So just like in our normal three-way, we need to get this neutral to that light fixture. So we're going to take the two neutrals and we are going to twist them together. Alright, just like that, we just sent our neutral in and sent it right on out. And then, like I said, there's our three-way. There's our two travelers, there's our ground, and there's our hot, there's our hot. So let's get these on a switch. Now if you haven't watched the other videos, I highly suggest you go back to the original three-way video so you can understand exactly how three-way switches work. Without that video, you're probably pretty lost right now. But let's go ahead and get this switch put in. So there's our ground. There's one traveler. There's our other traveler. And here's our feed on the black screw. Okay, that's it. There's our fed three-way. Screw this in. Alright, now let's go over here to this three-way. And just like in the previous video, it's going to tie in just like a regular three-way. There's our two grounds. Let's get a ground tail on it. Your pliers. Get them twisted nice and tight. So there's our ground. Push that in the back of the box. And just like the other standard three-way system, we need to send that neutral up to that light. So we're going to take our 2 weights. We're going to twist them together like normal. Put our wire nut on it. And curl it in the back of the box. And that leaves us with our 2 travelers, our ground, and the wire going up to the light, our load. So let's put this switch in. So there's our ground. Here's traveler number 1. There's traveler number 2. And there is our wire going to the light. And there you go. There's the other side of the system. Another standard 3-way. So let's screw that in. Alright. So you're over here and you're wondering, you're saying, hey, you just tied the neutral through and sent it up to the light. But how did the neutral get here? Well, that's when we come back here to our 4-way box. What you need to know about a 4-way is it has 4 screws. Look at this one. It's got 2 brass screws on this side that says, this one doesn't say it, but fine load. So there's 2 brass on this side, 2 blacks on this side. So each side is 1 set of travelers. So in this situation, we're just going to say this set of travelers comes from this box. This set of travelers comes from this box. So we now have our 2 travelers, and we still got this left. We need to take these 2 white wires, tie them together, and now get this twisted. Put a wire nut on it. There we go. Now, in theory, we just sent the neutral from our power source into the first 3-way switch. We tied them together and sent the neutral to this box. And in this box, we took the 2 white wires and we tied them together and we sent the neutral from here to this box. And obviously in this box, when we tied the neutral together, it sent it up to the light, and that's how our light got the neutral. So now we need to get a ground tail on here. Pretty twist. You see that? I'm just so good with my hands. I hope I don't pay for it down the road with arthritis, but I sure do like the convenience of using my hands to twist. Alright, so there's our ground. There's 1 set of neutrals, or 1 set of travelers coming from this box. There's our other set of travelers coming from this box. So we're going to cut them. Now on the 4-way switch, it's a little different. So if you look, they actually go into the back. They do not curl. So this is one of the few devices that we don't curl around the screw. We take it, take our screwdriver, and we put 1 traveler here. Now don't get your pairs mixed up. Remember, 1 set of pairs goes on 1 color screws, and the other set goes to the other. So there we go. So the travelers from this box, we just put on the brass screws right there. Now the travelers from this box, we're going to put on the black screws. So there's number 1. And there's number 2. All right. And now, last but not least, the ground. And there you have it. There's your 4-way. Let's stuff it in the box. And there you go. And now, the fun part. Go over here, get our cord, let's plug it in. Alright, so 1 switch, 2 switch, 3 switch, and any combination, it's going to work no matter where you hit the switch from. It's either going to turn it on or it's going to turn it off. So like I said, a little bit more. Obviously you need to go back a couple videos and watch how our basic 3-way wiring works to fully understand how this 4-way setup works. But as always, if you like, leave a